Hello, loves. Welcome to part two of being a good dad. No excuses. But what can be some of the reasons why men are not there for their kids? So, we're going to continue this by asking, do you think that some men are not good as dads because of, either could it be like a one night stand, a bad breakup, or whatever, that they never emotionally, they love their kids, but they just never emotionally connected to the child. How do you feel about the emotional connection between the child? And you have some mothers like that too. Don't get me wrong. You got some mothers that, you know, even though you're a mother, that don't mean you're emotionally connected to your child. But that's another that's another topic. We're gonna stick with the men today. How do you feel about that?
I feel the connection, um,
The emotional connection.
emotional connection. Um, well, I'll give you an example with my older son. When he was young, there was a connection with him, but then me not living in the same household, you know, the mother, the mother started having relationships with
Mm-hmm.
other men. So when I found out that, I still was there for my son, but remind you, uh, once I'm gone, you know, my kids don't see me no more until next time I come. And I remember, uh, you know, uh, how his mother, I it was an incident when I came there. I came there, and another guy was there, you know. So, and then she's gonna confront me and tell me if I can't have both of y'all, I want none, you know. So I left, but I still try to be there for my kids. But now, as my son get older, and this type of attitude still processing, still going on. It's still going on until he reached the age of 18,
Mm-hmm.
and now I see the connection that I did have. I see it now getting no longer is no longer no connection. If it's going to be a connection, it's more or less what can I get from dad, because the mother had,
Yeah, but you can't blame that on the mother.
well,
You could it could have started from the mother, but you already been through situations before where you had problems and you still made sure you yelled at that window. So I tell some men all the time, it's okay to say for whatever reason, me, I did not emotionally connect with this child. Because I think once you admit it, not you, I'm just speaking
yeah,
in general. I think once you admit, you know did I make this child a black sheep? Or you know when you have other kids and you realize, okay, I'm putting in time with this one, why am I not putting in time with that one? The quickest scapegoat is always to say, the mother. But sometimes once you admit to yourself, I just never connected to this kid. I know that once some men do realize that, they stay away because too much time done pass, so they don't know how to reconnect. So how is the reconnection process?
well, I'll say this. I'll say that uh, you have you have you have you have both parents. You have both parents going. when a person choose not to take care of their child or
Not
stuff,
take care. We speaking upon emotional
you
connection.
know, far as you give them emotional love,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you don't see that, you know, it could go both ways, the man or the woman, because like I said, I had experience where the mother started teaching the child what she was doing, far as you know, the child see mom with different guy every day, you know. I experienced how it affect my older child because after that he became abusive to women, you know, far as like just using them,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I was like, wow, this is something, you know, this is something, you know. And then it came to a point where the only time dad gonna get a connection or feel any connection with me is what I could get out of him, you
Yeah,
know.
but the connection starts from the parent.
True,
Now
true.
we do understand there's pitfalls.
But see,
We spoke upon the pitfalls, and sometimes, a lot of men have to say the situation is like too overwhelming. It's like I can't deal with that negative energy, and But what do you
uh,
think you could have done differently with your
well,
first one that you have done with your last set,
what I could have done with
your oldest
my
one
oldest
differently?
one. Wow, that's that's really something because I tried even though
But it could have been like your age bracket.
yeah,
You was one age
listen,
when you had your older son,
right,
and one age when you had
right,
the younger one.
right,
So maybe the lessons that you wanted to do with the first one, you knew the lessons for your last two.
correct,
But you
correct,
could get into some of them lessons.
you're correct. Well, the lesson I learned from the first one was, wow, even though I'm not in the household, a lot of things can it showed me the emotional connection that really needed, you know. And I always one thing about me, I always gave it my all,
Mm-hmm.
and showing connection and showing that I'm there for you, because even though I wasn't there in the household, I always used to call my kid, my oldest son. I remember when I used to call my older son, and the person that his mother is now dealing with used to didn't even want my son to get on the phone to call and
Mm-hmm.
talk to me. So you know, it's a lot to do with the mind frame the individual do is the end, because you have some men they don't want to live up to their responsibility, you know, because of the fact that, you know, before they even met the person that they dealing with, they might have had about 4 or 5 kids down
Mm-hmm.
the line, you know, that they haven't attend to, and if they attend to out of the five, it's probably like one or two, because he ain't got he ain't figure out how to give time to each individual.
Okay, you always hear all the time
Hmm.
women need to choose better men. Okay, well, it always goes back to the mother. But do you think that men itself, when they lay down with a woman to say, hey, this could be my baby's mama? Because was anything about her you knew before you had that baby with her?
No,
Her ways?
no, because to be truthful, you know, being a young man, you know, I was caught up into the flesh of a female, the lust of a female, you know. So instead of coming to the table and letting me know what I expect or what she expect from me. It was more or less. Let me see if I like what I could get in the past. If I like how that go about, then I could consider uh, if I like the other aspect that come with it. So that's the main reason some relationship go haywire, because if you started off with getting in one pass, that's what your mind gonna process.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be the focus. So after and then sometimes both parties get stuck in that,
Mm-hmm.
and then before you know it, pop go a weasel. They got a baby. Now the baby suffer because uh, it wasn't no emotional attachment
There.
with the mother and
Right.
father.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
it was a lust thing. So now it's like, oh, child see me when he see me, and then when he do see you, he ain't really seeing you because you ain't spending no time. You ain't captivating the mind of that child. You know, it's a shame. I don't blame nothing on my kid's mother. I love my kid's mother, and sometimes in life, people is just meant to be with people just for a season. You
Yeah.
know, so we gotta recognize if this person is just if I'm here just to learn something from this person and move on. You know, but it's a shame sometimes in that process, uh, children become born out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
It's something, but I still feel strongly, even though when that happened, hey, take care of your responsibility. You
Yeah.
know,
So you think that because force, you can't force yourself to have emotional connections. I think that's a great point that you just said. You can still take care of your responsibilities. A lot of men, you can't force it. If you don't have a connection with that child, but you're 100% right. You're still supposed to take care of your responsibilities. But some men, being that they don't have the emotional connection, they don't want to take care of it. They don't want to take care of their responsibility because they don't feel connected to the responsibility. How do you feel about that?
well, like I said, it all gotta go. It gotta go back. I take it back. It gotta go back to the parents. It gotta go back to the parents, because if that child is in a household where there's no love being given, and all he see is mommy and daddy fighting and all that, it's chaos. Uh, you're gonna think that's the norm. Listen, I've been involved with people that didn't have no family, no family whatsoever, uh, uh, um, structure in their
Mm-hmm.
life. They ain't know nothing about family structure, no love, no nothing. You know, it's just whatever they learned along the way became uh, 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 they structure of things. It became their way of life, and you can't. I'm not gonna change it. This is what I know. You know.
Okay, so you have. We already know. Okay, some people have kids because they was with the flesh. But at what point? Because I see a lot of men. I see a lot of the young boys dying in the street. I see a lot of young boys like joining these gangs and stuff because there's no father figure, so they turn to the street. You know, what advice would you give to men, who have these kids out there and just let the street take them? Like, what advice do you give to them? Because it ain't but so long you're gonna keep blaming your bitter baby mother. I mean, that excuse only go for so long. It's been like 10 years. How would you know she's still bitter? You ain't even seen or heard from the kid.
A person that don't take care of their child or try to connect with that child emotionally, what I say to that person, you're gonna reap what you sow. Because
Amen.
there's gonna come a day that you're gonna get old. You're gonna get old, and then you're gonna look around and you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I got all these kids," but nobody ain't coming to reach you because they saw how the love that you gave. You gave no love,
But you got a lot of them, a lot of men. These mothers is burying their kids, and I'm like, and these fathers still can't find a daddy. That's why I say, we need more good advice from men like you, because you done been through all the different stages. So, like I said again, what advice would you give to these? I mean, you can lead them to the water. That doesn't mean they're going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to know that, you have men out here that is going to raise their kids with no excuses, because I'm so sick of the excuses.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do another video on the mothers, so we're not going to speak upon the mothers now. So I don't want to hear nothing about, but the mother this or the black woman that. That's a whole different video.
Mm-hmm.
This is about uplifting men to take care of their children.
Yeah.
All right. So Daryl, back to the question. I just wanted to let the viewers know I don't want to see a bunch of comments talking about the black woman or the black mother, because this video is not about that.
Right. It's about the men.
It's about being a man.
Yeah.
So again, what advice? Because you see you see the same thing all the time, and I even seen where you took in kids and have done for kids. Who father has not been around.
Yeah.
But you got some people that's just like you, but the best interest for that child is not in their mind. Some of them may go under somebody that's gonna, have them either selling drugs and doing drugs, selling drugs, going down the wrong path. You don't know where these kids who they're gonna leech on to. So, if a man is a dad, with all these pitfalls, what kind of advice would you give them?
The advice I would give, if I would say if first foremost, that man should evaluate himself, and be true with yourself, Hey, because everybody go through struggle and have problems, and if maybe you never experienced how to raise a kid or how to be a father. Talk to somebody that been there, done that, like me, for instance. Talk to me. I could, because it's once you bring life into the world, you have to understand, and it's no more about you. It's about that life that you bring. So I would say, let's just try to focus on that child, because you, me, and the mother, we had our time. We had our time. So this I say this is the child time. So let's try to build something that's gonna make that child productive.
Okay, so now, we have a lot of kids also who, because their parent didn't connect, they haven't connected. We can always, who job is it for the connection now? Because a lot of these children, they get grown and now they become disrespectful. But the disrespectful is because they're still hurt, because they still when the father come in the picture, that that child wants you to see them as the younger child you don't know. So they start acting out in a way of childish behavior. And a lot of men now cut the child off because they figure this child disrespectful, this child have no respect for me. But in all reality, that child was like, hello, say hello to the 2 year old, say hello to the 3 year old. Like all the different stages that a man have missed when that child now sees that parent. The parent don't understand you're not looking at a grown man or a grown woman or a teenager. You're looking, that child wants you to see them as, that time that you didn't spend with them. So what advice do you will give to men if their child does act out in that type of way? Is that your child's fault? Now you ain't been around.
Agreed.
But what advice would you give to men who children is acting out and being disrespectful?
Well, really, I don't have no advice for them, to tell you the truth, because time has shown that the reason why the child acting that way because you was in their life. But what I can give advice to the mother, and the advice that I will give to the mother is that find somebody that 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 is a good father, have been a good father, because you can have good men in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but that's raising a child.
No.
Well, I'm talking
that's
about,
just like a mentor.
No, that's 100% correct.
Just like a mentor.
But then you do. But my thing is, you got the fathers that pop back up. Now they have learned. Now, for whatever reason, they want to connect. Should they give up? Not give up?
How you gonna connect? How you gonna connect if you ain't been there? If the child is 2 years old and you now the child's 18 and you come back, how there's no way, and excuse my language, and how are you gonna connect?
You don't think
and also sometimes you could be doing all the good things in raising a child, and when they get a certain age, they go their own way. They rebel.
Mm-hmm.
They go their own way. Just like my child, like my child. Everything that I installed in them when they were little kids, being around them. Now that they 20 and 18, I don't even hear from them. I don't hear from them. But you know what I say to that? I say, well, they're at the age where they're going to be held accountable. So just like I had to learn in my time, after a while you bump your head a lot of time, you're going to get it right. You're going to get it. One thing. Society do. Society either make you or break you. You're going to either accept it, or you're just going to die in your ways that you think is right. That's all I can say, because, like I said, I experienced that. I'm experienced that with my child now. All the good that I put, all the time I get.
Yeah, but that's totally different, because that's just the child getting of age and
as they get old.
But the difference is you always was there. So they gonna have to learn, like any other child is gonna have to learn the value of mommy and daddy. But you always been around. But I'm talking about the ones who have not been around.
Well, the fathers that haven't been around, like I said again, it's really nothing that it's really nothing that they can tell that child, because that child had became rebellious because of all the time when he wanted love, you wasn't giving it. Now they are much older, you want to come and give love. No, it's no room for that. You know, the only love that I know is the person that I'm living with.
Yep.
Is mom. That's the only love I know. So that's why mothers like that, uh, child that the mother and the child respect. You know, let child get connected with a person that they trust, a person that always been around for them. That's the only way that uh, you're gonna start fixing the wounds, because I don't see no other way, especially with the male that left the child. I don't see no other way.
So, we're getting ready to wrap this up. This has been another great interview. But if a man truly want to be a dad to his kids, there are no excuses. And I'm glad that you put out there, all the different pitfalls, the good days, the bad days, the ugly days, and how you still stuck in there, to be a good daddy. It was even about calling your kid out the window, calling your kid. They always knew dad was there. And, hopefully you keep trying to educate, these men and let them know, you have to be in your child's life. We don't care about your baby mother. We don't care about how she act. We don't care about what she do. I mean, if you think about all the conversations about men when they speak upon baby mamas, don't you wonder what color? What's your kid favorite color? You got so much hatred for her or her actions that you totally forgot about the kid.
I'll say, some men they'll register when they see another man doing what they supposed to do, because
some is happy.
I was able to touch a father like that for a short period, but at least he did a little bit of trying to improve himself. And I can't beat him. I can't beat that father down, because I don't know what he has experienced in his lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do, if I see something like that happen, and if I know the father, I will speak to the father, and I will share the experience that I went through, and try to get him to see that listen, it's not don't dwell on you and the mother being separated and she ain't do this, you didn't feel this way. No, focus on the child, because if you really care that much about the mother and want to connect back to the mother, focus on the child, take care of the child,
Mm-hmm.
and then hopefully you'll win back the mother trust and love.
I cannot state that enough. You should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Women do not stay bitter forever.
Right.
Yes, if you cheated
Right.
and had 50
Right.
million kids on her. And that's another thing you brought up in part one. You just got to change your strategy now.
Yeah, I would give ready to say that, cause that's what I did when I, cause hey, if you keep on, two wrongs ain't a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. And if you bitter, and then you show bitter to the mother, then the child see that is, strategy is
I love it.
the strategy
Love it.
the strategy is bite your tongue and make everybody happy. That's even if she is the worst person that ever did something to you, make her happy, because I'm telling you, especially if you ain't in the household, make her happy, because if she happy, the kid gonna be happy. The kid gonna happy. The kid gonna be more focused. And that's solution I could give because it works. It took me a long time to focus and come up with a strategy. And like I said in part
Part
one,
one.
that I don't have no ill feeling from my kid's mother. Matter of fact, we are the best of friends. We realize that we can't live together, but we can share our love for our child together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing. Uh, letting the child know that you're there, and let the mother know that you're there. Because like I said, do right by the mother
You right by the child, and
the
you.
child and the mother,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else will work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will work itself out. I'm a living proof of that. Things will work out.
So to end this, we're gonna end it with when men start giving these excuses, change your strategy. If you change your strategy, and then, as you were saying,
Then things will work out better, and you will appreciate both the child and the mother more,
oh,
and you will be able to take care and fulfill the need of that emotional need.
and even if you're not emotionally connected to your child, which you have to tell yourself, I'm not emotionally connected to my child. That's why I can't be a great dad to them. If you're not emotionally, you still take care of
Your child, you still take care of your child by every, like Malcolm said, by every means necessary. You know, because listen, as a man thinks, so he is. No excuses. No excuses.
no
No
excuses.
excuses.
Thank you,
Do what
Brother
you put.
Knight.
Man up. Man up.
Exactly.
It's time to man up.
Thank you, Brother Knight, for another great interview. I cannot wait till we do another one.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the audience for watching, and those who haven't subscribed. Because there's information that need to be shared. We talk about if there's not no information being shared. Well, this is the time to get the information that you need to make you a stronger and better person. So I hope that what I have shared will touch somebody and help somebody today.
Oh, yes, yes, you
Peace.
did help some people today. Peace. Another episode of Street Talk. Peace out.